Hi everybody. Today I am going to show you the upper part work cycle, animation work cycle of upper part. Already you have seen the lower part movement. Today I am going to show you the upper part animation. How to make your upper part animation of a biped work cycle. So let's move it to Maya. Thank you very much. Watch it. Thank you. Hi everybody. I already done the lower part animation, the legs movement and the hip movement. Today I am going to show you the upper part. There is something left on the lower part. That is the that controller, that toe controller. I have done already the left side of the controller. There is a X movement, rotate X movement, but that is not on the right controller. So I have to copy that controller at all attribute and paste into the right toe controller. How can I do that? Just by going to DOP sheet, open the DOP sheet and just select and copy, and then select the other toe and just paste it and offset to 13 frames. Yeah, offset it. So now that also they are in our right. So all the things almost done in the lower part. Now that toe part also over. So now the working is like this. If you see the work, it is like this now. Now this is the lower part. Now I am going to start the upper part. So if you go to 24 frames, not 25, then you can see the actual, because first frame and the 25th frame is same. So I just select that root attribute and paste into my upper body controller. So how can I do? Again, the help of drop sheet, I can copy and paste and offset it to 13 frames. Because of that, because now the thing is that there is some translation which is not required. That's translation of the shoulder part. So I open my graph editor and go to my translate X and I just all the thing is right now there is no translation in X. Y translation, I scale down the Y translation very minimal to 25% of what right now. I scale down 25%. So it is right now little bit of displacement. For Z also 25%. So now actually by scaling down work cycle, upper body movement, upper shoulder body is like this. Right now it is believable. Yeah, it is believable. Okay. Now the translation is scaled down from 100% to 25%, and it is the motion is like believable. Now I am going to hand. There is 4 things. One is my collarbone. I just make the collarbone animation. Then that is the arm animation. That is upper arm. Then elbow. Now I am doing the elbow and I am making follow through wise. It is from back. It is come from back, so it is the wrist is backward, and the finger also be backward. So finger also be backward because the motion coming from back. For making it follow through wise perfect, I have to make the things backward. So it is very important to make your finger also very good. So I am doing like this, right? So this is my number 1 pose. This is the contact pose, and yeah, I make the pose and select the body and set key. Yeah. Now what I do, I go to my bounce pose, and in bounce pose it is more frontal, means there is a overlapping action from elbow in bounce pose. So overlapping action already done. Yeah, I am doing about overlapping action. Yeah, now it is overlap the elbow part, right? And now again go to backward. So I adjust my all the things at a time, and make the contact pose again. It is from, now it is from forward, that's why the follow through is from front. So again I have to do some breakdown also. This is breakdown one, and the next one is my, so it is coming from this. If you see the motion, it is like this, right? Now the other thing, that is, it is little bit of backward, yeah. And now the thing is that, like, yeah. In 16 it is overlap from wrist, overlap from elbow, yeah. So I make the things. I have to rotate all around and make the things perfect. It is very important to rotate and see it all over the angle. Yeah, now the thing is that it is like this. So I just copy first frame and paste into 25 frame, because both are same, right? So now the action is like this, motion is like this, right? So hand is same as like a pendulum. If you done the pendulum exercise on your basic assignment, you can easily done the, just there is some breakdown, some advanced type of pendulum, it is nothing else. So if you go through pendulum, there is no problem for you to make the hand movement, walking hand movement. Now the hand is like this. There is a very much, the lower part of the finger is too much. So I have to scale down, but I have to see the thing. Finger part is very much flexible. We have not so much of flexibility in our finger part. If you see the lower part finger animation, it is very flexible. So I have to make it little bit of rigid. How can I make it rigid? By going to graph editor and make it scale down the things. So now I adjust somehow, adjust the area and see the thing. There is a jerk, so I have to clear up the jerk, and I am doing the jerk. I am deleting the thing. I am making it perfectly, and I just adjust my hand and omit my jerk, right? So so you have to take your patience, and you have to do your work cycle first. It is very important. Now the action is like that, the finger area is too much flexible. Means it is like a very flexible movement in my hand. So I have to scale down my finger. So I select all my finger and just I scale down. First I do one by one all the stuff from linear to I make it my tangent perfect. I just clean up my tangent, clean up my graph. You can easily understand what I have done. I am doing here. I am cleaning up my graph to make the motion much more suitable, much more flexible, much more um, realistic and perfect. So I just do the things uh, according to motion. I have to understand the graph first. It is very important to understand the graph. Which part, the red part is belongs to X, Y part is green part is Y, and blue part is Z. So I have to delete or whatever. I have to put the points, keys. I have a clear idea about graph. So my personal opinion is whenever you do something, at last you go through graph and understand why I am doing this. There is something, means why. You have to think about the logic. If you know the logic, if you understand the logic, and then there is no problem about making your graph perfect and making your motion flexible perfectly. So I just make my all the stuff flexible, perfect. I cleaning up my graph. Yeah. So So it is all about cleaning the graph. After making a movement, you have to clean up your graph. It is very important. Now I am going to elbow and make the clean up my graph. Now then I go to wrist and clean up my graph. Then I go to finger and clean up my all the area. Right? That's why when I go to finger, I just scale down the area. Yeah. It is also time taken to clean up your graph, but if you want a correct movement, a perfect movement, you have to uh, do, you have to clean up your graph. Very important. It takes time, but no way to get a good movement without cleaning up in your graph. Yeah. So that's very important. Though my preference is all the tangent what I made, it is linear, so I have to change the linear to my tangent as per my requirement. Now all the finger, I select the finger, what, left finger, yeah, this is my all the finger, and I just make the graph linear to, then I have to scale down. I have to scale down my graph. because it is too much flexible. I have to make it little bit of rigid. If I see the hand finger movement, it is too much. So I just make the things perfect. I am modifying my things. If there is any problem arise, if you understand that it is wrong, then you can make the things perfect. You have to change the things. So here I am changing the things. It is coming from front right now, so my movement is like this. So it is like right now. If you see my hand movement, it is too flexible, too flexible. If you see, it is too flexible. It is too much flexible. It is not like a real one. So I have to rigid it. I have to make rigid somehow my finger area. So how can I make it rigid? By scaling down the finger value. So I go to graph editor and scale down my all fingers. Here is very important. If you see the hand, it is very flexible. Now I go to my scale area, and then I just omit the scale. So go to my here and attribute and scale down. I omit only rotation is there right now. I hide all the other part, not scaling. I am just scale down my rotation value. So select all curve and just scale down. Yeah. Now that is much more rigid, not so flexible, right? The hand part, finger part. I am sorry, finger part. So right now it is looks good. Right now the hand is very good. Yeah, it is really nice one. Almost over my hand. Now what I do, I just select the left area and copy it to right area by using drop sheet again. So I do, that is the process I already show you. Now you can understand how can I copy one by after one. Collarbone to collarbone, shoulder to shoulder, and then elbow to elbow, wrist to wrist, and finger to finger. I just copy and paste. Then what I do, I just go to post infinity and pre infinity cycle. It is important to post infinity and pre infinity cycle and offset 13 frames, because one hand is offsetting 13 frames to others per cycle. Yeah. It is important is to avoid the logic sense. But for the case of work cycle, you have to make a simplified thing. So in Playblast you can see the motion. Yeah. There is make a head movement also. I have done some head movement. and scale down the head movement also. Yeah. So this is my work cycle, and if you make another type of things, another type of work cycle, that's also possible. But the basic idea is that. Thank you very much. Thanks.